Well, good evening. I'm your host, Robert Wilson, with Cowboy Wisdom, presenting 7 reasons why impossible is a lie. Something that I discovered in my own life. Impossible never exists. But however, it's a good way to excuse yourself from your life. I call it excusified procrastination, and I was the best at it. Every time I say something's impossible, I was usually trying to get out of something. It really is the first form of lazyitis for me. I used to, that's impossible. We can't do that. That just ain't going to happen. That was a lie I told myself. As I'm awakened and aware, impossible optimizes my mystical imagination. Prescience optimizes sovereign sapience, instigates bold, liberating elegance to dance me on to my mountain tops of son of the fun leisure, now and forevermore. And prescience is clairvoyance to visualize events before they take place. It's fresh foresight that ignites my light of life as I take flight of foresight, love, intuitive gumption, hellraiser, trailblazer, ingenuity. Prescience is seeing the moment. It's visualizing the moment, witnessing, however you want to say it. But it's our foresight, but it's a prescience. It really spells pre-science when you all look at it. It's P-R-E, science, but it's prescience. When you unleash your prescience, you're unleashing your clairvoyant candor to discuss your life with yourself. As I now realize, present moment scenarios design the fresh nowelty. Nowelty is my word. That's all here. Because reality and truth, they come from your viewpoints, opinions, beliefs, and they can be slighted and that. But nowelty is here and now. As what we perceive as impossible is also reflecting limited innovation within ourselves. And impossible is an absolute lie because we tell ourselves this, but how many times have you told it it's impossible to keep you in your comfort zone? Oh, of course I did. Something I really have laughed at myself here in the last couple months is all the stuff I said I couldn't do was me lying to me. When people say they can't do something, that's them lying to themselves. And as I admit, I have lied to myself. But I've really opened up to understand rising out of yesterday's mindsets, sculpting and coloring my here and now scenarios awakens my vibrant energy to witness the world through my dreams, desired lifestyle, and accomplished outcomes. See, I was so caught up in living life. Oh, this can't happen. Look what's happened to me. Look what they have. Look what I don't have. This is all it is them people somewhere in their life, somebody went through the turmoil, the muck and the muck and the muck to have all the mystery good of life. Me, I was trying to do it the easy way. I'm going to admit this to everybody. All impossible is showing me my ability. My egotistical arrogance, know-it-all ignorance, hard-headed knowing, and hard-headed thinking was showing me yesterday. And my pity-me, victimitis, crapitis. Something I really awakened to and I listen to is the acumen of the universe. Because the airways of the universe show me a better way to experience life. And as I Color my here and now scenarios that once seemed unattainable become entirely plausible and accomplishments for me to experience a better way of life. History teaches us many things, but the history that's taught in school teaches us the misery of history. The history that we should be listened to is Hellraiser's ingenuity, streaming, trend-setting, omnific, revolutionary Yazapazaz, streaming my inspirations through me being expressed to the world, because history showed us good and bad, but we're so ingrained with our ancestors' history, we forget to enjoy today. See, we've had many breakthroughs, but all breakthroughs are here and now. The electricity, taking flights, space exploration, rising out of your past to enjoy today, is here and now. That is your Hellraiser's enterprising resolve. Awakens now, dawns your natural optimistic wisdom to listen to today, to experience your heavenly heyday now. As I woken up to this yesterday, impossible. The only thing is impossible is me being afraid of my talents. That's all impossible really means, is I'm afraid of my talents, ingenuity, wisdom, and innovations. And if I had done that, extremely well. So I told it to go to well today and threw it in the compost pile of wisdom so I can reach in there and extract it when I need the fresh wisdom. As really impossible is a visionary, energized innovation. And as history proves, impossible is never impossible. It's the here and now curiosity to travel us through life with ease. Impossible chauffeurs us from the now to the bliss. That's what it does. And the power of innovation dissolves the fake and bake of belief, open up the trust in my trend-setting abilities, fuels innovation, inspiration, imagination to rise, shine, and dare me to listen to my untapped innovative wizardry. And it's not problem solving. It's my paths of enlightenment that show me my acumen, abilities, agilities, and audacity to look life in the eye with a spry, sassy tenacity. And see, and as your spry, sassy tenacity defies the perceived limits of our own abilities. See, we believe we're limited, so then we become limited. It's like, because we try to compare ourselves to people like Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, all the true superstars who have went through life. But Michael Jordan, he didn't make his high school basketball team when he's like a sophomore. So what did Michael do? He did the Michael thing. He went and practiced and then become the Michael Jordan we witness today. Because we all have adventurous adaptability and rebellious resourceful to make challenges awakenings. Impossible is an awakening. It's awakening our adventurous wisdom, enterprising audacity to experience it now. The impossible is just something my lazy-itis liked. Oh, we can't do that. It's mainly because I say I can't do it. It's because I never wanted to do it. Because it would stretch me out of my comfort zone of my couch potato-itis, being a grouch on the couch. That's all impossible is get you off the grouch, your couch of grouch and getting rid of the couch potatoitis that keeps you locked and blocked in yesterday. By the way, I had good couch potatoitis, but I had to dissolve it with an energized, enterprising spirit, with the poise to listen to my inspiration, intuition, imagination, and innovation. Unleashed my sleek, unique talents to ballet through the impossible with invigorating maestro prowess. Opens sassy savvy. Invigorating now. We all have the sassy savvy when we quit listening to the cultured society. And another thing, education and business, they like to show us how easy it was for them. 99% of that is a fallacy. A lot of the people, the successful people, were balancing on a beam between going broke, being a millionaire, going broke. Only thing is, they went and sat on the end of being a millionaire. So that's why I never say anything bad about wealthy people. But I do try to study them. I do try to listen for the wisdom that moved them forward. And here's something I really have learned. The people that have innovated their own wealth, they're never going to express to you the minute wisdom of their deal. They're always going to overlook that one situation that took them from here to the top of the mountain, because that's their intricate wisdom. And that's something I'm going to express to everybody tonight. Develop and expand and listen to your own intimate wisdom within yourself. Because everybody encompasses intimate wisdom to shut out the intimidation of the outside world. The only thing impossible in the world is zero. Is there going to be some ups and downs and nose skinning and falling off the roller skates? Oh, hell yeah. But after you fall off of them so many times, you kind of learn how to splat instead of land. I did. Still do. See, everybody is going to get a bloody nose, a skinned knee, a sore elbow when you rise to the top of your desired lifestyle. It's never impossible. It's innovation magically propelling optimism, streaming sassy, intuitive brilliance, loving every day. That's impossible. The only thing impossible is staying the same. You can go sit on the couch for 3 months. There's something going to occur in your life that's going to take that out. See, impossible is an invitation for you to rise, shine, expand, and energize your wisdom, insight, and clarity to understand you are the maestro of your life. Once I opened up and started writing this today, I had a lot of fun. And also, we use computers a lot. And that's going to be a class next podcast. But however, how do we lack the trust in what the computer spits out? I know I do. But it's about opening up to trust my listening agility to visualize the world with my dreams. And see, if you're open to visualizing your daily life, the landscape, with your dreams, accomplished outcomes, and that's all you see. You want to color design the outcomes of your desired life. When you try to say you have a mindset, my mind is set, you're in the quicksand of bland because you're never going to move forward. The more I open up to learn and understand, the more I open up to understand the words I use either are my muses or they're my abusers. And change, heal, create, transformation, forgiveness, think, know, learn, knowledge, they're my abusers. Question, comprehend, listen, wisdom, revelations, expand, energize, enterprise, experience, them are my mystical muses of my carnival ride through life with a celebrating every day with a listener's lure. And see, impossible is a word we use to stop ourselves. Oh, that's impossible. I can't do that. Then somebody else comes along and does it. I've watched that in my life. It's what I like about doing these podcasts. I get to commit. I get to express all my limitations to the world. That way I get rid of my limitations and showing people a better way to get rid of their liberations. The liberating effect of effort and energized wisdom, it accumulates the innate talent within you with small but consistent energy, and that energy pretty soon becomes a hurricane of hellraiser's ubiquitous riches, invigorating celebrations, appreciating now every day. That's something I really have expanded into with what I'm doing. Appreciation over forgiveness. Appreciate every event that's occurring in my life, because there is, when I get out of my know-it-all ignorance and all my egotistical snobbishness and start questioning that situation, I discover fresh foresight to light my light of life, to enjoy life. See, impossible is igniting your thrill skills of your trend-setting abilities. Agility, acumen, and audacity unleashes your adventurous ardor to soar over life. And if you use the word soar, you're never stuck in the mundane of your life. And the only thing that's unattainable and unreachable in life is nothing, is zilch. However, when my thinking, knowing mind and my mindset and my knowledge and everything I've always done is controlling my life, everything is unreachable and unattainable. It wasn't for me until I understood I am free-flowing energy. You're free-flowing energy. And when you use the word energy instead of thinking and knowing and everything you was taught in school, you start liberating you from you. And that, I'm going to share this with you. I've shared it a lot, but I liberate me from me, my viewpoints, opinions, beliefs, childhood, and I open up to today's trend-setting optimism, dawning, adventurous yazzapizzazz to dance with my dreams in my daily life. All it is about you rising out of yesterday to enjoy today. This is something I'm going to do. Everything you think, know, learned, and all knowledge is what somebody else wanted you to know. And they're all programming from other people's lives. When you have scenarios that color your world and smooth the paths of enlightenment, opening up your trails of triumph, you start understanding setbacks are awakenings. Everything that occurs in front of you and kind of gives you a kick in the knee or something, that's an awakening. And I've had a lot of them awakenings, but I always used them as, why did this happen to me? How come it's me? Why not them? And all that other blemishing bull stuff. But challenge, chaos, controversy, adversity, setbacks, disingenuous people, they're awakenings. And if you can use your life as awakening, you can ascend of wisdom. And when you start understanding their awakenings, you dismantle the barriers that one sees unbreakable, and you're like a runaway freight train. You just go right through the barriers. As impossibility is the catalyst, as the word impossible often sparks adventurous curiosity. That's the key thing. Adventurous curiosity energizes audacity to those who question it. It ignites the campaigner's courage to explore the uncharted territory within yourself. All the wisdom, insight that you need, that's being required to expand your life and energize your dreams, is in here. So as you go into the uncharted territory of your own wisdom, insight, and clarity, and one thing I want to explain to you, impossible is self-taught torment. And limits, and here's the thing, impossible are limits that are learned and taught to ourselves. And impossible is a belief that shapes reality that's a fallacy. And failure is the most misinterpreted thing it is. Failure is the first adventure, invigorating liberation, unleashing rebellious, enterprising wizardry to set you free from you. All failure is showing you where the wisdom and insight and clarity, where you have to expand and rise instead of slump down and be the couchy grouch. And impossible is also fear of the unknown. Well, pick me, I've had that. But it isn't fear as much as forthright energy, aggrandizing, rich, transcending tenacity to look the impossible in the eye. A lot of it comes from influence of others. Hearing what they say you can't do or what they can't do, and then pretty soon you're buying into their limitations. Pick me, I've done that one a bunch. And the thing about impossible is it's comfort over challenge. Because challenges are, let's just be honest, they're kind of unsettling and uncomfortable until you understand and start experiencing the wisdom and the jailbreak into your life of leisure. And this is my favorite here. How is the comfort zone always telling you it's too hard? Mine did. But I pulled the lid and escaped out of it. And then how's your self-doubt cultivate the inner narratives that magnify your wimpy weaknesses and limiting you and your own horizons? Oh, impossible. How is that cultural conditioning? Oh, yeah, I've had that one. You can't do that. That's impossible. So you quit and somebody else becomes a millionaire doing what you was going to do. And one thing impossible does, creates overthinking and blocks action. It's a paralyzing teacher of holding us in doubt. And here's the thing that's the biggest one. People like telling you their stories of what happened in the past and how it controlled them. But success stories are very seldom told. And even if you go to self-help, personal growth, and all that stuff, they're always telling you what happened, but they're telling you in a limiting way. They ain't expressing to you how they broke through the barriers of themselves. And this is something I realize and I want to admit to everybody. My thinking, knowing mind is full of excuses and procrastination and subconscious mind ingrained concepts of impossible from institutionalized knowing and man-made frameworks that often define the limits of what I think I can do and unable to be achieved. These are my self-made boundaries. Boundaries are always limitations. And they're shaped by societal, normal, scientific programs and conventional thinking and knowing. As we ingrain the boundaries that are now our human blockades. That's from indoctrinated education, ancestor programming, socialized third world enslaving mindset that create the impossible. And have I played trickery to that? Yes, I have. That's one thing I like about this one. This is like going to confession at Easter time for me. I was born a Catholic, and so I had to go to all that stuff. But it's really about understanding impossible is an awakening. But here, and the best way out of impossible is with questions and listening. One, you unlock the hidden perspective. Questions unveil fresh viewpoints, rising out of limitations into opulent opportunities. Empowers sovereign discovery, listening deeply to your own inner responses that builds clarity and confidence to act with gladiator gumption. But it really expands innovative curiosity, opening up revolutionary revelations, encouraging innovative pathways, maturing my impossible to experiencing my here and now luxurious lifestyle. It also fosters communication and connections with something new and fresh in your life, with ideas, energies, amplifying breakthroughs. Dismantles assumptions. Yes, and it dismantles your assumptions of thinking this is this, and it opens up to something over here that is debonair and daring you to expand forwards. It eliminates the steps, illuminating your pathways of enlightenment. Activates intuition, engages in listening, taps into intuitive wisdom, rising you out of doubts of yesterday's pouting dismay of your daily life. This is my favorite. Ignites curiosity. You become your knight riding across the fields to eliminate the impossible. And you're grounded in your visions, listening to the anchors of Mother Earth's wisdom, insight, and clarity. And I want to thank you. I am Robert A. Wilson of Cowboy Wisdom, Hypnoacuity. And I show people the way I rose out of yesterday and expanded my life in the here and now. And I really appreciate everybody being here. Enjoy your weekend, and may your life be as blessed as you are a blessing to me in the world.